Hi, I'm Tace from Twincare International. We are interviewing a few salon owners to get a few insights into running and owning a salon. So with me here is Donovan Grove, the founder and owner of DNA Bedfordview. Donovan, why did you become a hairdresser?
Tace, I became a hairdresser because firstly my mother's a hairdresser and I had an introduction to hairdressing my whole life through that. And obviously, from a young age, I already started cutting my friends' hair in the hostel in boarding school. And the passion developed from there. And I just enjoy the craft the way I do my whole life. I've just stayed in this craft and I've tried to evolve within it and just try and perfect day by day, become better at what I do for a living.
That's awesome, Don. And tell me, Donovan, what do you find the biggest challenge in your salon?
Well, obviously with COVID lockdown and everything that's happened in our companies to date, as business owners, I think we've all been really challenged. And at the end of the day, I suppose one of the most difficult things now is, number one, trying to weather the storm of obviously the financial challenges of business. But second to that as well, I found that staff morale has dropped and it's a lot of the time a little bit more tricky to keep people motivated than before. But in general, I find, put your best foot forwards and just come to work with the best intentions. And generally we overcome most of the things that we're challenged by. So a good mindset is key to success.
Yeah, always. Donovan, and then if you had to start a salon over from scratch, if you had to start over now, what would you do differently?
I think the only way that I would play differently is probably to just consider restructuring a business's overheads. Because obviously having targeted a higher end mall as a location to trade off, you are slightly more challenged by rental overheads in that environment. But at the same time, there's also two sides to that story, which says that inevitably you should be gaining a certain profile and different demographic of clients in that environment. But I think hairdressing as a whole has changed to the degree that you have to maybe consider your overhead structures right from the word go and try and find an environment that's geared for maybe real longevity in the game, because escalations creep in and things happen along the way which are unforeseen when you first open your doors. And those are all things that you would have to consider moving forwards in business, in my opinion, anyway. So,
yeah. Donovan, tell me, and my next question is, where are we taking DNA Salon in the next 5 years? What is our plan?
Tyson, I must tell you, I don't think anyone can foresee the future. Obviously, we all know that that's impossible. But I think my vision is, I want to still run a great hair business. I want to be well renowned in this industry, and moving forwards I want to be recognized as a man who has empowered the youth in this craft. That's my vision from the time that I started my business years ago. I've always had a passion for empowering the youth, teaching people how to do this as a craft and as a living. And I definitely want to evolve still in my own creative space. I mean, I never want to lay dormant and become somebody who's seen as a non-entity. I want to always remain current where I can and drive myself as hard as I can. And I also believe that comes from who we align ourselves with in business anyway. The partners we choose are the guys who inevitably come into our brands and assist us the way you guys do. So we're grateful for the partnerships,
Donovan, I can't see it ending any otherwise for you. So tell me quickly, why did you decide to go with Biosense?
Look, my affiliations with Stav and the team of Twincare have gone back since I was a young child. I've been introduced to your power and your energy of your Twincare brand. And I've always loved the culture of your brand, because Stav is a master of keeping the team really on their toes and cutting edge and always in the loop of the latest trends and what's going on the forefront of this industry. And for me, I feel that's infectious, and it's important that we align ourselves with that type of partner because, like I say, a man's not an island, and you need to align yourself with companies that can get behind you and your brand. And I had seen through the media that Biosense is really making waves, and I've always kept on track with exactly what goes on with the up and coming brands in this country and any country for that matter. And Biosense has really been rocking my world in terms of what you guys have been doing in the background. And I must tell you, Tace, since I've taken Biosense into my business, what I'm doing out of that corner in retail sales at this stage is quite phenomenal. Because I think at this current time, in this current climate, its price point is absolutely phenomenal. And second to that, the delivery is just something that's completely flawless. I mean, we really get great results from this product. So I think in my company, I'm tiered. I've got the Premier League offerings, I've got a middle of the road offering for a client, and then I've got something that's nicely price point, entry level brand, that's great delivery system for any client's needs.
Awesome. Don, thank you so much for your time and all the best for the future.
Brother, thank you for having me, my friend.
Always done.
Blessings, man. Blessings.
Thanks, man.